7:00, is that? Okay. I'd like to call the meeting to order. And if board members would go by and it would state that they're present and in Ypsilanti Township or not. Clerk
St.
Rowe?
Eldred Township. Oh, go ahead.
Clerk Rowe?
Ypsilanti Township, present.
Treasurer Eldridge?
St. Eldred, Ypsilanti Township, present.
Trustee Wilson?
Present, located in Ypsilanti Township.
Trustee Swanson?
Present, located in Ypsilanti Township.
Trustee Newman?
John Newman, present, located in Ypsilanti Township.
And I know Gloria is on the Zoom call, but her picture isn't there. So when she come to the meeting, my name is Brenda Stumbo, and I am president in Ypsilanti Township, Township Supervisor. Did I get everyone? At this time, if there are any public comments, let's see. I do not see any public comments. So we will go on to the consent agenda. There's the minutes of the February 16th, 2021 work session and regular meeting, statements and checks for the March 2nd, 2021, and the amount of $1,142,589.05. Trustee Peterson? In Ypsilanti Township?
Ypsilanti Township.
All right, thank you. We have a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Giroux,
Support, Eldred.
support by Eldridge to approve the consent agenda. Are there questions or comments on this? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, motion carries. Attorney's report. Mr. Winters, do you have anything to report?
Madam Chair, I really wasn't going to say anything, but I think sometimes when you get all the bad news with the COVID day in, day out, it's still a good thing to just take a moment and acknowledge some of the people in our community that are very, very live out the saying of "Am I my brother's keeper?" And I'm referring to there was a fire back in December over here at Arbor Circle, and I think the reports I read, there was one gentleman that backed his truck to assist neighbors who were trapped on their balcony to get down from the balcony, and using his own personal vehicle to do so. And actually may have sustained some injuries in the process, but came to the aid of his brothers and sisters and being township residents to be of assistance. And I know that Trustee Swanson acknowledges on a regular basis, and rightfully so, the great teamwork we have inside the building, but we have so many other great people that just ordinary living out their lives in this COVID environment that have stepped up. And that was one incident that came to mind. And I think all of you have seen the challenges we have with one resident this past week being in need of some very serious social services and relocation from the environment she was living in. And that came about because of a neighbor being concerned about the packages being left on the porch, the mail not being taken in, and the sheriff's department responding in a way where they actually, and working with the department of Mike's department, OCS, Mike Radzik and Bill Elling, also being very instrumental, and seeing that this person was taken into an environment where she was safe and protected. So in spite of all the negative COVID impact it's had upon all of us, our psyches and our relationships and socialization or lack thereof, I think it's still important to remember that we have a lot of good people here in this township. They're looking out for each other. And I know there's many, many other examples that I've read during the last year and police reports and other things that have come to my attention. But those two just seemingly just stood out in my mind this past week. And I just wanted to just acknowledge that we have a lot of great people here. They're trying their best in spite of what they're being dealt with to look out for their fellow neighbor. And I just think it's a good part about the township that in times of crisis, you can still count on people to lend a helping hand. And just wanted to bring that to your attention because a great deal of time was spent in trying to make sure nobody was injured in those fires, as well as, again, helping out a neighbor that in fact needed help. So I just wanted, those acts of kindness and sacrifice should not go unnoticed.
It's all about love. Okay, you're right. Absolutely. Under old business, we have the second reading of Resolution 2021-05, which is proposed ordinance 2021-494, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 37, the liquor. Clerk Rowe, if you would read the resolution, please.
Yeah, and I think Deputy Stanfield was going to share that resolution, so y'all can look at it while I go. But I have Resolution 2021-05, amending Chapter 37 of the Ypsilanti Township Code of Ordinances. Whereas the Township Code of Ordinances, Chapter 37, contains provisions regarding liquor licensing, liquor control enforcement, and liquor inspections. And whereas Chapter 37 was last updated and revised in accordance with adoption of Ordinance Number 2005-360 on August 16th, 2005. And whereas the number of new on-premise liquor licenses available to be approved by the Board of Trustees is limited by a quota system mandated by state law and controlled by state liquor control regulations. And whereas the number of on-premise liquor licenses available to be approved by Ypsilanti Township as a local government unit of the state is restricted by state law to one license for every 1,500 residents, which currently equates to a total of 36 on-premise liquor license based upon the 2010 U.S. Census data reporting the township's population as 53,362 people. And whereas to date, the Board of Trustees has approved a total of 31 new on-premise liquor licenses intended to be used by businesses operating in Ypsilanti Township for the benefit of township residents. And whereas the analysis of new on-premise liquor licenses previously approved by the Board of Trustees shows that 17 of 31 new on-premise liquor licenses approved by the Board of Trustees and intended for use in Ypsilanti Township, which equals approximately 55% of all licenses granted to applicants, have been sold by the applicant and transferred for use in other local government units within Washtenaw County. And whereas in addition to the 17 on-premise liquor licenses having been sold and transferred out of the Ypsilanti Township, an additional 5 on-premise liquor licenses in Ypsilanti Township are currently held in escrow and are not being used. And whereas the typical monetary value of an on-premise liquor license asset offered for sale in the open market has reliably reported to be as much as 80 times more than the current license application fee being charged by Ypsilanti Township. And whereas the 17 new on-premise liquor licenses approved by the Board of Trustees and transferred out for use in other communities continue to be counted in perpetuity against Ypsilanti Township's quota of on-premise liquor licenses in accordance with state law and regulations, with no recourse available to retain or recover such licenses to promote future economic development for the benefit of township residents. And whereas in light of the pattern of loss of on-premise liquor licenses and the desire to improve the manner and process used to consider applications for new on-premise liquor licenses, proposed ordinance number 2021-494 attached updates and revises Chapter 37 in its entirety, defines the authority and role of the Township Liquor Committee, clarifies the application process for various township departments, updates definitions to align with changes in state law, updates the minimum required contents of an license application, removes application fees and refers to a new fee schedule to be adopted by the Board of Trustees, defines the process and criteria for annual licenses renewal, and updates the criteria for non-renewal and revocation of a license. Now, therefore, it be resolved that ordinance number 2021-494, attached here to, is adopted by reference. I would so move the ordinance.
Motion Gerald Rowe,
Support
Chair.
Wilson.
support Wilson.
Madam Chair, just a friendly amendment.
Yes, trustee Eldridge.
Just to remove section 3732 and section 3733 as discussed in the work session.
Friendly amendment. Thank you so much, Treasurer Eldridge.
So Jimmy, do you accept that friendly amendment?
Yes.
Excellent. Any questions or comments? Great job, Michael Radzik, on updating it and getting all the input. And thank you, Attorney Winters, for pointing out that section that could be a conflict, and we can hopefully address that sooner than later in the zoning ordinance. This is an ordinance. It's a second reading, so we have to do a roll call vote. Clerk Gerald Rowe,
Yes.
Treasurer Eldridge,
Yes.
Trustee Wilson,
Yes.
Trustee Swanson,
Yes.
Trustee Peterson,
Yes.
and Trustee Newman.
Yes.
And I vote yes as well. The motion carried unanimously. Number 2 is a request to approve the updated liquor license application. This was tabled at the February 2nd, 2021 regular meeting. A motion to remove it from table is in order.
So moved.
Support.
Motion Wilson, supported by Gerald Rowe, to remove from table. We have to do a roll call vote again. Clerk Gerald Rowe,
Yes.
Treasurer Eldridge,
Yes.
Trustee Wilson,
Yes.
Trustee Peterson,
Yes.
Trustee Swanson,
Yes.
and Trustee Newman.
Yes.
And Stumbo votes to remove it from table. It's properly before the board.
I would so move to pass the new liquor license application process and form. Eldridge?
Support
Trustee
Wilson.
Supported by Trustee Wilson.
Support
Questions?
Peterson. You
Okay,
have it? Oh, I'm sorry.
thank you. Do you have a question, Gloria, or you were just?
No, I wasn't support, but I think I got stepped on. Somebody else did it.
Okay, no problem. Questions or comments? Great. We're not being bombed, are we, Lisa? Okay, just want to make sure. We have a motion of support. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried. The next item under new business, request approval of a memorandum of understanding with the Ann Arbor YMCA for 2021 summer camp program and authorize the signing.
So moved, Eldridge.
Support Swanson.
Motion Eldridge, support Swanson. Are there questions and comments? We discussed this in the work session and hope and pray that the virus continues to flatten and then this proceeds since we missed it last year. I know Mr. Winters has reviewed it, so it's in proper form. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Number 2 is a request authorization to waive the financial policy and purchase a 2021 Ford Expedition through the My Deal Government Fleet Services for the fire department in the amount of $39,471, which is budgeted in line item 217-970-000-979-000.
So move Peterson.
Support.
Motion Peterson, support Eldridge. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 2 is request authorization to, Number 3 is a request to accept the proposal from OHM to provide professional engineering design services for the parking lot improvements at the Hewitt Road Fire Station in a not to exceed amount of $12,100, which is budgeted in line item 217-970-000-971-008.
So moved, Eldridge.
Support Swanson.
We have a motion and support. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Other business?
Are we bringing forth the water resource contract?
Yes. And we would like to authorize the contract for MOU for the community cleanup day with the Washtenaw County Water Resources Commission and their staff to be held at the Ford Boulevard Fire Station. Of course, contingent upon attorney review.
Move to approve.
Support, Eldridge.
We have a motion and support. Is there discussion? Clerk wrote, did share this out at the work session, and we'll try to make sure things like this don't happen again. Sometimes it does, and we do apologize, and I know the county would want to do it in a timely manner as well. So it all came together rather quickly, and sometimes it's better to add one agenda item than call a special meeting.
Madam Chair,
Yeah.
I wanted to add that we'll put it in the packet as well. I didn't send the correct MOU earlier, and so, we'll get that updated in the packet just so it's there for reference later.
Okay. Thank you. Other questions or comments? Mr. Winters, or you're good? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We did board member updates and the work session. Is there any other things that happened between 6:58 and 7 o'clock board meeting?
Madam Chair, I actually forgot one update.
Sure, trustee.
Those
Wilson.
updates for the board and our residents that may be listening. But last week, I was appointed to the board of directors for Habitat for Humanity. And so at the end of March will be my first meeting with them. So if you have any, I know you already have contact Supervisor Stumbo, but if anyone has any questions, concerns regarding Habitat, let me know and I can take it to the board of directors.
Oh, excellent. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I guess I should announce, but it's scary. I was appointed to be the chair of the capital campaign for the proposed YMCA.
Oh,
And that was, I'm a little nervous. Talked to Stan about it. He's going to help. We're going to need every help, all the help that we can get, now all the contacts. And so, we have to make it a reality. And the only way to do that is to keep pushing. And I've never done a capital campaign of $10 million, but Congresswoman Debbie Dingell has agreed to co-chair it as well. And Treasurer Brenda McKinney is also, and I know Clerk Karen Lovejoy Rowe offered to help in the past. So I know all of us are willing to help. So we're going to reach out and see if you can get some contacts and help us make this a reality for our residents. So.
Nice.
All right. A motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved, Eldridge.
Support, Joe Rowe.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned at 7:19. Have a good night.
Okay.
Good night.
Have a good night.